In this video, I make some Carcharodon Primaris Space Marines. Hello, this is Craig from Bitzbox.co.uk, and in this video I'm going to be making some Primaris Space Marines from the Carcharodon Chapter. So if you are new to this channel, then welcome, and please feel free to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this one. We also do battle reports, painting tutorials and much more, and you can hit that bell icon to ensure that you never miss a thing. So yeah, let's get straight into some converting. Okay, so we're going to start by doing our Primaris Intercessor Sergeant. So I've got a Primaris Marine here. I've just built the legs, torso and backpack, as you can see. Just all regular bog standard stuff from the plastic kit. So we're going to add a few little bits and pieces to him. So first thing we're going to do is give him a chain axe. Now I'm not a massive buff when it comes to all the stories and background of stuff for certain chapters, but from what I've gathered from a little bit of research, the Carcharodons do like to use chain axes. So I've got one here from the Cat Factory Terminator set from Forge World. You can just pick these up in a kit on their own, so if you're making a lot of these, you're doing a whole army of them, it's worth picking up. It's about £14 I think, and you get 5 axes. It's a little bit pricey I suppose, but they're really cool. And yeah, we're just going to put that onto an arm. We've just got one of the bolt gun left arms holds the bolt guns, so we can just put that on there how we want. And that will give us our left arm. Now for our right arm, I'm thinking I'm just going to use this one. I quite like this one. And I can show you at the same time what we can do to bolters. So you can do these to regular bolters as well, but I'm going to get this little Forge World piece here, which is a little bayonet thing. I don't know if it wants to focus. You see that? And we're going to put that on there as well. So another little cool little feature that you can add to their weapons. So yeah, I'm going to get all these done off camera, and then we'll get them glued onto the miniature. Okay, so here's our little jagged bayonet on our bolt gun. Or bolt rifle I should say. Looks pretty cool. So yeah, if you're just making a regular Intercessor, you could add some of them onto them. Now I'm not entirely sure what kit they come with, so have a look on Forge World. I'm sure it's one of the types of bolt guns or combi bolters from the Horus Heresy. So we're going to glue these arms on, and we've got the chain axe here as well. Now I know this is a Terminator hand and it's a little bit on the big side, but it's not too bad. It works quite well. So yeah, we're going to get these glued onto him, so he's just sort of holding the axe sort of like that. We'll work out a pose for him. There's not really any good arms that have these sort of weapons out that way, which is a bit of a shame. You don't really get a great selection for the sergeants on the plastic frames, which is a bit of a shame really. You have to buy sort of the upgrade kit if you want to start getting your power swords and stuff, so that's a bit of a shame. But as it is, we're going to have this nice cool chain axe. So I'm going to get these glued on, and then we'll work on the head and some other little accessories and stuff. Okay, so here he is with his arms on. So I always like to have sort of one arm up, one arm down, or maybe one stretched out and one more relaxed. Always try and make them look a bit sort of the opposites to each other. So like you could have the axe up as well. I just never really like that, so that's how I've gone with this guy. I would have preferred the a bit more outstretched personally, but he's looking okay. So the head is pretty simple for this one, or I say it's pretty simple. Pretty simple to glue on. It's a bit harder to acquire, but I'm just going to use one of the Mark V heads. The Mark V heads work really well for the Carcharodons, but they're quite hard to get hold of. I was lucky enough to pick up this one from Egghead Miniatures, and they're another bit site, but I'm happy to endorse them because they mainly do Forge World parts. So, and we of course don't sell Forge World items these days, but it's really cool that there is a site out there that does that, and I hope they live long and prosper, so to speak. So because I will certainly be using them quite a bit. I already have made a couple of orders within the first sort of day of discovering them, so yeah, that head looks pretty good there. In the next miniature you make in this video, I'll come up with an alternative head that we can use if you can't acquire these, because they are very hard to get hold of, especially now that Forge World don't make them for whatever reason. Forge World don't seem to make a lot of things these days for whatever reason, which is a bit of a shame. So yeah, next we're going to add the shoulder pads. I'm adding a Deathwatch shoulder pad, mainly because this guy's going to be part of my Deathwatch. Of course you just add a normal shoulder pad. Hold and shot. This is actually one from one of the plastic kits, so it will sort of be on him sort of the wrong way round, but I think it's from like the Space Marine Command Squad or something, where they sort of normally, the ex-Deathwatch Marines wear them on the other side. I think that's right. I hope I'm putting this on the right shoulder pad, because this guy is still in the Deathwatch, so try not to knock the camera over. And on the other side, I'm just going to use one of these little bobbly Mark 6 shoulder pads, because I think that'll work quite well. Sort of match his helmet as well. But of course you can use any shoulder pads you want. I think you can even get custom ones from like Shapeways and stuff like that if you want like the Space Shark iconography. But I'm not endorsing anything like that. But it is an option. So he's looking pretty cool. Just the last little thing I want to do is add a little pouch onto him. So I'm using one of these little pouches from the IDNF Deepkin. Can't even hold it in shot or hold it at all, but I thought it'd be quite cool to just have something from the Deepkin, because obviously, being space sharks, you want them to have a little bit of a sort of a nautical theme to them. So yeah, if you have any IDNF bits, or you can find some on our website, just odd little odds and ends, just adds a little bit more to the model, and I just want to push that in place. We'll just have it there. So that's pretty cool, and that is it. That's our little Space Shark Primaris Marine, or for Carcharodons, if you want to use their more up-to-date term, but Space Sharks just roll off the tongue just a little bit easier. Okay, so we're now going on to our Reaver, and as you can see I've got some legs, torso and backpack already assembled just in the regular Reaver. Oh, here is the regular Reaver and box set. So we're going to make a few changes to his head and his weapons. I'm thinking we'll keep just a heavy bolt pistol as it is, so let's put that to one side, but we are going to do something different with his combat knife. So here's just a box standard combat knife, and I thought I'll try something different. Now this is actually a conversion that I got off Wayne off the channel, which he has done on his Carcharodons. We are taking this underarm blade here from the Carcharodon Overlords. I think it's the Sky Riggers from that set. It's got these nice sort of shark teeth on there, which I think are pretty cool. It helped go with the theme of this miniature, and I quite like how it's underslung. So it's really a case of attaching this arm to this arm. Really, I like to keep sort of most of this as it is. So you see the hand size is pretty similar, so, and the arm as well. So really, we could get away with sort of chopping this down here and having that up like that. That is the plan. So yeah, I'm going to cut this. I'm going to cut this at the elbow, I think. I'm just looking at this here. Maybe I'll have to cut it down at the hand, because that sort of looks like a little elbow. And I think it'll be too short to have Space Marine. So yeah, I'll cut this little bit off here, I think. There, and then we'll go in at the hand. So yeah, I'll be back after I've done that. And this is what we're left with. So it goes on there pretty cool. To work quite well. Just cut it down at the wrist. It looks like he's got this little sort of glove over his armour. And a little tubing I've just sort of run into here, because obviously being a Reaver, we don't put no shoulder pad I wouldn't have to put no shoulder pad over the top of this. I think they have them little ones, don't they? I don't even know if I've got any kicking around, so we'll probably be shoulder padless just for this example. But that's going to go on there like so. I'm going to put this arm on. So yeah, I'm just going to glue the arms on now. So we'll have them with his pistol out, and then we'll have the other arm more relaxed. That's still drying slightly, but should be okay. So we'll have it like that. That's pretty cool. The arm's obviously a little bit longer than it would be normally, but it doesn't really make too much a difference. You could trim the arm down a bit more if you're not a fan, but with a sort of pistol arm stretched out as well, that sort of gives that arm a little bit, well, sort of the illusion of an extra bit of length, so it doesn't look silly compared to the other arm. And yeah, that's a pretty cool looking blade as well. I think that's pretty sweet. If you had a whole squad of these Reavers done up like this, I think they would look pretty good. But obviously he's not finished yet because he does need a head. So whilst this is drying, we can begin work on that. So ideally, if I had it my way, I would just use Mark V heads on all my Carcharodon stuff, as I'm sure a lot of you guys would as well. That just suits them, with their special character as well, and sort of a Mark V style armour. It sort of goes well with them, but it's not really possible. At the moment of filming, you can't even buy them from Forge World. There's no plastic kit for them, so we're a bit stumped, really. I've come up with some sort of alternative. I'm going to do something a bit different with it. There's probably been an acquired taste, so stick with me. I'm going to take this raptor head now. This is from the Chaos Raptors. It's the closest I could find to this sort of Mark V style. I've shaved off a little Chaos arrow on there. You could add little bobbles or whatever they've called, the little rivets, to make it look a bit more Mark V if you wish. For now I'm just going to leave it. We're going to do something a little bit different with this. Try and keep up with the Space Shark theme of the Carcharodons. This is where some of you guys might think it looks a bit silly, but we're going to take this piece. This is from the eels for the F Deepkin. I can't remember the name of the squad off the top of my head, but they have these on the top of their helmets for one of the squads, like a shark fin type thing. I'm going to put one on this helmet. So yeah, I'm just going to trim it off, really, just cut off this little piece it's on. Now obviously something like this is going to be a bit of a pain to glue on, but just persevere with it. And it should go on. I'm going to put it on that sort of this way. I think going the other way won't look as good. Maybe I'll trim it down even more so it doesn't stick up as far. So we'll see. Yeah, so I'm going to have a little play around with this off camera, and then I'll show you what I've come up with when I'm back. So here's with the head. And actually I'm liking that, actually. I wasn't too sure about it, and I'm sure it will be an acquired taste. It will be a Marmite, so to speak. Some will love it, some will hate it, but just adds that little bit of a nautical sort of shark element to the miniature. You know, I'm trying to theme these around their theme, essentially. They are space sharks originally, but yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, as I mentioned earlier, there would be a shoulder pad on this guy, but I don't think I have any kicking about. And the last thing I do want to do is just add a little dagger on him. I've got one of these ones from the same F Deepkin set, or just enhance that little theme a bit more. He's already got a lot of pouches and stuff on him, but maybe we'll just stick it at the back there. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll just do a little outro looking over both miniatures. And here's our two finished models close up. So pretty straightforward conversions, really. Of course, as I say in every conversion video, these are just a guide. These aren't a step-by-step on how to make your own. These are just some little examples to give you guys some ideas on how you could make your own. I'm really happy how they came out. I do really like the idea of using this underslung knife for them. It really just gives them something different, and it has this sort of shark teeth look about it, which I really like. I think using these little jagged bayonets as well could be a nice little subtle addition to the army if you can get hold of them. So yeah, so another shout out for Wayne for that idea as well. So yeah, really happy with how these came out. I hope you guys have enjoyed the video and like the conversions as well, and if you have, of course, please do feel free to give it a thumbs up. I'm open to conversion ideas. I do have a couple that people have commented in the past that I'm hoping to get onto and do videos on in the future, but if you would like to see me tackle any type of conversions, then please do leave a comment down below, and yeah, I'll try and get onto them. But of course, try and make them a bit more realistic. I'm not going to try and do any sort of conversions what might be really expensive to do or really complicated, but yeah, any ideas, I'd love to hear them, and that will just give us lots of ideas for videos and stuff that we can do in the future. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you all again in the next video. If you enjoyed this video, then please feel free to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. You can also click that bell icon to be notified when a new video has gone live on this channel. On the screen now are 2 more videos that you may wish to check out, and a link to our Patreon page also. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you again soon.